Gotta love Shimano products.
Gotta love Shimano.
Gotta love Shimano. Have my Shimano hat here.
Gotta love Shimano.
Gotta love Shimano.
Gotta love Shimano.
Gotta love Shimano. Shimano bag right here.
Gotta love Shimano.
Gotta love Shimano.
Gotta love Shimano.
Shimano rules. Just using my new Shimano Convergence I picked up on the weekend. So, hey, that's a bonus.
Gotta love that new Shimano Symetra RH. Gotta love Shimano.
Gotta love Shimano. Show off your Shimano flyers.
You gotta love your Shimano. Oh, nice thing.
Always gotta love Shimano. Got my Shimano 2500 HG FX right here.
Shimano rules. Fish on, guys.
Mike, that never gets old.
Oh, man, our editing team, love it, love it. That is amazing.
Never gets old. I tell you, I love playing it. I love watching it, and as I said, it is quite a piece that the editing team put together. So here's to those editors who continue to make us look good, Mike, which is for me anyway hard.
What I love is that there's people from across the country, from East Coast to West Coast, all the way up north, part of that video. So that's what I love about it.
100%. So we got some big news tonight. You're going to basically unveil some new stuff that our fish offers are first are going to hear tonight. Of course, we have, what is it, the 3-time champion drag pullers? Is it 3-time?
3-time champions, yeah. But
Holy
we'll talk about them a little later. It's supposed to be a reveal.
Well, listen, I'll tell you this. With the weather that's going on outside, I think everyone and anyone is looking forward to the fish off, just because I would say it christens what is going to be and hopefully begins sooner than later the summer that we're all wishing for. I say the only team that's going to have a little hard water part or aspect to their competition, of course, is our good buddy Douglas, who's up in Innovate. But I look forward to his submissions as well as all our participants.
Yeah, for sure. We're always going to peg the start of the CFN Fish Off with the long weekend in May. So every single year, long weekend in May starts, 1, the start of the summer or the fishing season, and 2, the online CFN Fish Off. So let's get right into it, Scotty.
Right on.
If you could share my screen.
You got it.
So we got the CFN Fish Off, but remember, it's not just one tournament. There's actually 2 tournaments. We have the online tournament, and traditionally we had the online tournament, and then after the online tournament, we would select teams from the online tournament, those who placed really well, those who were really entertaining, those who represented different provinces, plus the winners represent their province in the television tournament. This year, based upon people's feedback, we decided, you know what, we're gonna change it up a bit, because I know myself how hard it is to compete in the, like, speaking with people, how hard it is to compete in the TV tournament, which lasts 6 weeks. Is like, oh, like, you have no life for 6 weeks. But I can't imagine people who compete in the online tournament for 6 weeks and then have less than a month off and then have to compete in the TV tournament for another 6 weeks. Like, say bye to your family for 12 weeks. And it was really taxing and hard. And so based upon people's feedback, we decided, okay, rather than having people compete in the online tournament and back-to-back TV tournament, what if we have them combined at the same time? So that's the announcement we have today. But before I get to that, just want to let people know, if you have not signed up for the online tournament, you could do so at cfnfishoff.com. Scotty, over 300 anglers from across the coast to coast, from across Canada, have signed up.
You know, that part right there, Mike, is what truly inspires us and keeps us going. It keeps the wheels moving, as they say. The buy-in from the participants in the community, not to mention, of course, we can't thank enough the sponsors that allow us great prizes for our participants to compete for, and of course, Sportsman Channel Canada, as well as the World Fishing Network, that continue to air this on their channels. It's a huge buy-in, and I'll tell you, 4 years ago when we started this, we had six participants, 3 teams, and it has grown. It's exploded, and it's all because of the community and the hard work of all the participants, sponsors, and our editing team. Fantastic job.
So join. We have space, and there's about 100, just over 150 teams, 300 anglers already signed up. If you sign up prior to the end of the month, you will qualify for this prize pack. So thank you to our CFN Fish Off sponsors for putting this together. What's cool is you don't even have to catch a fish, and you might win a prize.
Yeah, really, Mike. At the end of the day, that's the novelty of it all, right? We try to make it as easy as possible for the community to get some benefit, to gain something. And as you just mentioned, all you have to do is sign up for it, and you get a chance to win this prize pack. But I got to ask, Mike, years past, I know I've sort of been the heel and put a limit on how many participants that we're going to allow, just to keep our judges from quitting on us, midstream. Is there going to be a limit this year, or is the sky the limit?
That's a question I haven't asked the judges yet. We're at 150 now. I know last year we wanted to cap it at 200 just because it's just a tremendous amount of work on the judges' side. We ended up going to 250. So we had just over 500 anglers participating last year. We could definitely go to 250 this year. That means there's only 100 more spots. And we've only had registration open for 2 weeks. 150 spots gone, at least 100 spots left to go. Whether there's a cap, I'm not sure yet. It's a bridge that I haven't crossed with our team yet.
Well, I will tell you this. Based on the decision of our upcoming guests, that might create just an onslaught of entries and people signing up, whether they're going to compete this year in the online tournament or not.
Yeah. So what's cool about it is we have some anglers in Canada. They're like, I'm going gung-ho because I want to be featured on the Sportsman Channel and WFN. I've always wanted to be on my own fishing TV show, and this is my way in. We have those type of anglers. And then we have families, you know what? We're fishing anyways. We might as well enter because who knows? One of our catches might win one of these Shimano draws or any of the other prizes. Or we have other anglers saying, I want to be the best team in our province and place number one in our province. And so whether you're just going out having fun or whether you are gung-ho and you want to take the provincial title or the Canadian title, there's something for each one of those teams.
Awesome.
Okay, so this is the reveal. Based upon last year's standings, we have selected 6 teams to compete in the TV tournament version of the CFN Fish Off. 6 teams. You already know one of them, because if you win the CFN Fish Off, you're automatically the one team that earns their way onto the CFN Fish Off TV tournament TV show, which airs on the Sportsman Channel and WFN. The question is, who are our champions going to compete against? And so we're not going to reveal everything today, but just know that of the 150 teams, and there'll probably be close to 300 teams registered on the online tournament, there will be 6 teams, or at least 5 of those teams, competing simultaneously for the TV tournament. And the reason why simultaneously is, like I mentioned at the beginning, it's very hard to do 6 weeks, take 3 or 4 weeks off, and then do another 6 weeks. So rather than doing that and putting our teams under that much time constraint and pressure, we are having the online tournament and the TV tournament run at the exact same time. However, there will be 6 teams in the online tournament documenting all their catches. So rather than just putting their submissions and entering it into tournament, they are recording everything leading up to those catches, whether it's waking up in the morning, driving to location, setting up their stuff, strategizing. They're going to document their entire online tournament experience, and we're going to put that on the CFN Fish Off TV show. Does that make sense, Scotty?
It does. It's a lot to take in, and for the participants upcoming for this year's tournament, I'm sure they have a bunch of questions. This is your platform. This is your time to ask those questions. If you have any, by all means, fire away. If that explanation wasn't good enough, maybe we'll have to get Mike to do it again on another Tourney Tuesday. But yeah, no, I get it, Mike. I think it's exciting. Yep. I think it takes and alleviates a lot of the stress off our participants and, of course, the teams that are doing their best to put together a great show for us. And Mike, I know you are in the midst of putting together last year's show. How's it look, bud? Because I'm hearing great things.
Oh, it's going to be awesome. It's going to be released at the end of June, so Q3, and 13 episodes of some amazing, amazing angling.
Sweet.
The cool thing is you could be part of those 13 episodes next year. So again, let's say 300 participants in the online fish off. 6 of those teams will be filming for the TV show. And so you might know their catches, but you might not know the story behind those catches. So we're documenting 6 teams within the online tournament and packaging all that into a 13 episode TV series that will be on the Sportsman Channel and WFN.
Right on.
Okay, so we're only going to reveal one team today. Next Tuesday, we will reveal 2 more teams. But the thing I can tell you is that we will have Ontario represented. We will have Saskatchewan represented. We will have Manitoba represented. And we will have Alberta represented. So of those provinces, of these 6 teams, those 4 provinces will be represented in the CFN Fish Off.
Beautiful.
Males and females. So stay tuned. But before we end the show, the team that won it last year, and Scotty was right, 3-time defending champions, and we have them with us today, Team Drag Pullers. So we'd like to welcome Brandon and Mitch to the stage.
Yeah, baby.
What's going on, gentlemen?
Hey.
I'm like shaking in my boots. There's a lot of people scared of the drag pullers.
Yeah,
that's right.
we're getting lots of comments right now that are fired up right now about hard to compete against the drag pullers, says Adele. I would have to agree. You guys set an incredible pace. How you managed to hold a job and do this right off the bat. I want to say on behalf of all of CFN, including Mike and myself, thank you for your efforts. They certainly haven't gone unnoticed, and you are inspiring. In fact, it's exhausting watching your efforts sometimes.
It's exhausting living them too, Scotty.
I know when Ken and I competed against the drag pullers for season 2 of the TV tournament, we were like, are we going to win? And we're like, I don't know. Because those drag pullers, oh my God. Like, you set a high standard. And when we're talking with 3-peat, you know how hard it is to win once? You won 3 times. You won 3 times. So for those people who are competing for the first time, and let's go with you, Mitch, first. What's one piece of advice you have for any teams that are competing for the first time?
I think the biggest piece of advice would be just to be effective with your time. For example, let's say you're going for bottom feeders. You're probably just casting out and you're waiting, right? So that could always take a lot of time for you to get a fish. Like, I don't know what type of fish you're going for. It could be a catfish or it could be a certain type of sucker. But you don't want to be spending so much time waiting for that one fish. Say if they're not even there, it makes sense to move around, right? So just keep that in mind if you're doing bottom feeder fishing. So you might not find the right one in that exact spot that you picked for the first time. So keep moving.
The trash talking is starting already, Scotty. Someone in the comments is saying that they're not scared of the drag pullers.
The best thing about this is I can't see any of the comments right now with using the StreamYard app.
That's good. That's good.
It's probably good.
Elon Muskie, what advice do you have for any new participants?
Well, I'm gonna say do your homework. Do a little bit of research. I mean, that's probably what's definitely helped me out the most. I know when Mitch and I first entered back in 2018, we were like, what the heck? Like 4 points, they're catching bait. Like, I used that chub for like muskie. Like, what's going on? Right. But, depending where you live, go get yourself a piece of literature and
Hey, I bought you that book.
find a good teammate too. That's just it. I mean, that's going to say one thing I do love about the CFN fish off, just the team fishing, right? Because like if it was just the two of us out there and Mitch pulled out, a monster, whatever, right? Whether it be a gar or walleye or, even that, what was it, that tom cod we tried to catch?
Yeah.
But anyway, like if he caught something massive or whatever, I'd be a little bit jelly. Like, I kind of wish I'd caught that, but it's like, oh man, awesome, points for us.
Yeah.
Like, keep it coming, keep the teamwork and
Team effort for sure.
But yeah, I mean, as a kid, I remember catching lots of mud pout, and when I started, and like, what do you mean brown, black, or yellow?
Yeah.
Oh, bullheads.
So we had one of the comments, I think it was last week, obviously in Ontario, we are blessed with an incredible fishery. And of course, we have all kinds of species that we have access and you anglers have access to. For those people that live, say, outside of Ontario and perhaps maybe not have the kind of species that we have here in this province, do you think it's essential for them to travel? Do you think it's important enough to travel out of province in order to target some of these species? Or do you think it's, as you mentioned, Mitch, it's all about time management? Just focus on what's in your province first, and if need be, then travel.
Yeah, there's definitely a certain amount of travel that's involved with when you're fishing either way. Not everybody has all the species, like you said, that we have here in Ontario in their backyard, right? So even for some out west provinces, you have to travel to certain places in order to catch some certain species. That's just the name of the game. It's one of those things that are required. You have to travel super large distances. That depends if you want to go for super different fish. That's all it really boils down to. If you do capitalize on what you have inside your province, then I think that probably justifies you to make that trip outside of it and to go for more, it's a nice strategy to do in the CFN fish off, So it could be a strategy that's needed for, let's say, winning.
And I think it all comes down to your team goals. If you want to win the whole thing, you probably have to travel. If you want to just win your province, then you could probably stay within your province. If you're going out there to get, a couple ballots into a Shimano draw, then the amount of travel you want is totally up to how many species you want to catch. So totally up to the goals that you have at the end of our 4-week tournament.
One of the things that Mike and I were concerned about is when we decided, of course, being CFN, we're going to open it up countrywide, that provinces like BC and say Nova Scotia would have an advantage because of the amount of seawater species that are available to those anglers. And I will say this, as 3-time champions, you have proven both Mike and I wrong, that perhaps maybe the province of Ontario does have a slight advantage over some of these other provinces. But, as I said, on a dock in BC, how many species, Mike, could you catch? 50, 100?
Yeah, I'm thinking one time someone from BC is going to win this whole thing. They just have so many species.
I agree. I think it's just a matter of time. The number of species that you can literally catch from shore in that province, I think outnumbers pretty much everything in Ontario. But that's just me thinking outside the box.
Yeah,
that's what you need to do sometimes, Scotty. You need to think outside the box, right? That's how these competitions, or that's how different teams differentiate themselves from other teams.
True enough.
Yeah, like the creek chub. You know, first year
Wheat
we were like,
chub, horny
"Creek
head
chub."
chub, river chub, you know.
Yeah.
Mitch has got all your chubs.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure. All right, here's the big question because it's 7:21. We try to keep these Tourney Tuesdays pretty short. Here is the big question. Because we are filming the online fish off and the TV tournament simultaneously, we know that the other teams being selected, and which we will reveal next week, they will be competing online but documenting all their catches on video, and then we're going to package that into our TV show. The question is, as three-time champions, will you be competing next year? Well, not next year, this year, in a month.
Next year.
Will you be competing come May 21st? Will the drag pullers, we know you're competing in the TV tournament because you earned that right by winning last year, but will you also be competing in the online tournament, or are you going to ride away in the sunset as three-time defending champions?
Drum roll.
Yeah.
Mitch.
Oh,
I don't know. I've never signed up for the CFN fish off. Mitch has always done it for us. So
oh, really? Well,
it's true.
I thought we talked about this, and
Yeah.
you know, there's a lot of time involved, and we have a lot of projects coming up so we have our own goals, you know, that need to get done right here at home.
Yeah. I mean, I got work deadlines coming up. I mean, I got limited vacation days. Like maybe we should use our vacation days to go to like Horwood Lake Lodge or Camp McIntosh, right? We've got
Camp
3
Mac,
trips.
yeah.
We've won trips there.
Yes, we do. At this point, we're not sure.
Wow.
We're not sure if we're going to enter in the CFN Fish Off, the online one, just because, to do that and probably the TV one, there's a lot of, again, time management. Even though I mentioned it, there's still a lot of time involved with that, and to do both at the same time.
Plus, we have the Anglers Atlas, Ontario Multi-Species Madness later in July.
Yeah, there's that, and again, I think mainly with work coming up and like my project's being delayed, and with Brandon having big deadlines coming up, it might be we're still playing it by ear right now at this point.
Wow. So a last minute decision. Well, I'll tell you, Mike, I would imagine you're going to see quite a few more registered with the maybe that the drag pullers just offered up.
Just sign up, guys. It's fun. It's free.
Yeah.
You get free stuff if you enter in a lot of species. You know, don't be afraid. That's how you get part of the CFN community, right? You know, it's about putting your face out there as well, and you're having fun either way. So I say sign up.
Right on.
Even if we're not signing up, or even if we are signing up, just sign up. Fish. Get out there.
Scotty, can we highlight some comments? We have a comment from Adele saying, well, I don't know how to pronounce that.
You'll get dragged out.
Erica Beeler saying, boys, do it. And then Malachi Briggs, he has an interesting comment. You can win your province. Wait, you can win your province unless you're in Ontario. Then you get to watch the drag pullers and Jesse and Ben battle for first place year after year. So,
yeah, those are good fishermen. So
yeah,
it's a good team right there. Sign up just in case. Yeah, that's a good comment there as well. I don't really have. Well, I keep reading all these comments now.
Yeah.
Having a solid teammate is essential, like this guy.
And Adele, I would say, has the best tip of all tonight on how you will beat the drag pullers or at least win your province. Just go and watch all their videos.
Yeah, a lot of those videos have our secrets.
Yep. Yeah, especially the the synopsis or summary. Basically, what we summarize our win in 2019 and 2020. But
yeah, I've been so busy I haven't summarized the last year win. So
and that's another reason about doing the online too. Like I know you're well aware, Mike. Like when your show ends and you're done filming, like the work has just begun. Like, yeah, you sleep for 3 days and catch up on, all that sleep that you missed out on. But then you got to start hacking that video, man. Like, you're filming constantly. You want to get that hooks. You want to get the cast. You want to get the hook set. You want to get the net, right? Like, you got to trim down 20 hours of video into 20 minutes and then hope that your editors are going to use some of that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's
So
some
one
Apple work.
more piece of info we want to let people know is the online tournament is 4 weeks. However, the TV tournament is only 3 weeks of filming because we just can't, like Brandon said, there's a limit of how much footage that we can get onto a 13 episode show, which means those filming for the TV show will film for 3 weeks. And then there's an extra week where they're still competing in the online tournament, which makes it super, super interesting, which means if Brandon and Mitch decide we're not competing online this year, their fishing ends after 3 weeks, and everyone else's fishing doesn't end till the end of the 4th week. So just another little wrinkle in there for those who are keeping track and watching.
So one thing I can confirm, boys, is that at the end of week 3, I'm going to be using my boat regardless, whether it's in the online tournament or not.
Good sense. Mike, there is a question from Adele. Would one of these 6 be in the running for the prizes too? That's a great question, Adele.
Everyone in the online tournament, whether they're just fishing online or being part of the TV show, everyone's eligible for any of the prizes. So the only difference this year is, everyone's still filming for online and putting in their entries, but some people are doing additional filming because we're going to highlight their online experience on the TV show.
Right on.
All right, gentlemen.
Well, listen, thanks so much for joining us tonight, and we look forward to your answer in the near future. And we hope the planets align that will allow you to compete. If not, I think there's going to be some pretty excited participants to hear that you're not.
If not, we will have a new CFN Fish Off champion for 2022.
Amen.
Yeah.
Yeah, possibly.
Right on, lads. Well, thanks again. You guys have a great night.
Thanks,
Yeah,
guys.
you too.
Well, that's pretty exciting, Mike.
There might be even if they are in, they might be a new winner. And if they're not in, then there's guaranteed a new winner. Right. So we will see.
Right on. Well, Mike, as always, dude, thanks for your efforts. Thanks for putting this all together. And we will see you on the flip side, my friend.
Next Tuesday, we're going to reveal 2 more teams. So join us next Tuesday, 7 o'clock.
Right on. Peace.
When it comes to Canadian food, we've got your back with flavors like lemon pepper, beer batter, campfire barbecue, lemon pepper dill, garlic butter and chives, and crispy Cajun. We've got a mix for every meal. Whether you're serving East Coast shrimp, West Coast salmon, succulent walleye, chicken wings, or veggies, we've got you covered. Coat your food in outdoor flavors. Available online or at these fine